So in today's video, I'm going to show you my mood board for the month of April, and I'm also going to show you how I'm bringing my mood board into my real life. Here's my mood board. I have like the full Pinterest board, and then I condensed it down to a more manageable few things, like the things that really inspire me the most. I put those on their own mood board. And then I'm like, okay, how can I bring these into my real life? So first things first, I love the flowers in the top middle. I love this old paper roll. So I decided to do a page for April and put some of those flowers onto the paper roll. I pulled out some color pencils and did my best to replicate kind of that same feeling of the flowers on the top of my mood board onto April. I put a little bow on the A, so that was the first thing. And then for the prints on our wall, I love to switch these out from time to time, just so like your eyes don't like glaze over when you're looking at them. You really like appreciate the photos. And then also the photo above our paper roll was very winter. And so this one really, I think, says spring. And I vividly remember Luke taking this photo on film during our trip to the UK a few years ago, and just like the pastel colors, I think it's just like so nice for spring. So we're switching those out like 4 times a year for the different seasons, and that kind of keeps it simple but keeps it fresh. And then, okay, the next thing, so I'm obsessed with butter yellow and pink, and as you can see, it's a huge part of my mood board. 2 of the ways that I'm bringing these into my life is, okay, our neighborhood is a really good resource for free, like good free items on the side of the road. So one day we picked up a couple of chairs that were cute. One was like kind of damaged, but Luke is handy and he can put it back together. So I was like, okay, I see potential in these chairs and I'm going to totally paint them butter yellow. So I found the perfect hue of butter yellow spray paint and we painted them, and they're so cute. And I have a lot of yellow furniture and a lot of yellow things, but I love the addition of these 2 chairs. One of our friends, originally Luke's friend, Ryan, came to visit Toronto a little while ago, and he mentioned having a puzzle club. And so I started a puzzle club myself, which you should totally do this too, but we needed an extra chair. So I'm like, hey, free extra chairs, paint them butter yellow, use them for puzzle club and, other things that we host at our home. Okay, so then we picked up a free little like play shopping cart for Rosemary, but some of the colors on it are a bit cringe. So I was like, okay, I'm going to paint this as well. So I'm going to tape off some of it, paint the majority of it butter yellow. And then so I went into the store thinking I was going to get a light pink spray paint. I ended up getting like a bright pink spray paint, and I think it's going to complement the butter yellow so nicely and not be too pastel on pastel. So those are some of my projects. I also did an April paper calendar for the wall. So I love having everything in one place and on paper, and I just didn't find a paper calendar like that scratched the itch this year. So I'm like, okay, I'll just make each month and have everything our family's doing on that calendar. And then it'll really allow me to have some creative expression in getting some of the ideas in my head and on my mood board out into real life. And so like one thing I'm obsessed with are daffodils. I don't know why they haven't come to life for me before this year, but this spring in particular, I'm like, I just want daffodils everywhere. It's like this yellow obsession with yellow. And so I was like, this is perfect. I can just like draw them on my April calendar, and there they are in real life. 2 more things. First of all, obviously I'm embracing wearing pink. I've got my yellow pants. I found the cutest little pink socks from Zara Kids. And then I found, this is primarily for my girls who are also a US size 5 women's shoe. This is a youth size. It's a 3.5. It's still a little big for me, but this is like the cutest, pinkest Adidas shoe I could find. There's butter yellow ones. If you have a bigger foot size, you need to get on that because they're so perfect. But these I thought are pretty good. And they match my socks so nicely. The only last thing is, like, I feel like rosemary is really fulfilling all of my clothing dreams as far as pinks and yellows and shoes, and I think that's all I have. So this is your sign to make a mood board, and then not just make it, but carry it into your real life. And if you love butter yellow as much as I do, please tell me how you're bringing it into your life.